Hey, what is up, guys? Oblivious here, and today we are going to be doing another. Actually, this is just gonna be a Call of Duty video in general. It's not gonna be like a specific Call of Duty or anything like that. Obviously, the gameplay is gonna be Infinite Warfare because, as you can see by the title, we're gonna be talking about the death of Call of Duty. And I usually make this video every year, and obviously, Call of Duty is still like gonna be the best. I mean, even this year, it's going to be the best-selling game probably. At least not if it's not only the best-selling shooter, it's gonna be the best-selling game. Just it is every year because Call of Duty is such a name and there's such a following behind it that even when it has a shit year, it still beats out every other game. But we're gonna be going over some usually I just kind of say things that kind of I like actual just myths I make up in my head. But now we're actually gonna be going to facts of different things about the Infinite Warfare release that are completely different than other games. I'm gonna be showing you all the game all the pre-orders over the past few years and how they've completely deteriorated. It's crazy. So the first thing I'm gonna show on the screen right now is as of actually this was a few days. It was the 15th I think of October because that was the most recent time they updated the pre-orders. So these numbers are not as lower than they should be. So the highest pre-sale Call of Duty, which is in third place, mentioned that behind Final Fantasy and Pokemon Sun and Moon. But the highest one is 172,000 sales, which is PS4, and then there's Xbox One. For some reason, it says X1, and then that's 127. And then down, you can probably find some other. No, you can't actually because I forgot they stopped selling it for the 360 and the PS3 or whatever. I'm pretty sure they did at least, and the PC's not even on here. So if you add that up together, it's I would say 300,000 or so. Yeah. It's just about 300. It's actually just above 300,000. No, it's actually 299,000. Okay, so that's the combined sales. So now we're gonna check out and by the way, Battlefield for some reason is highlighted, but that's Battlefield 1 is very close to Infinite Warfare, and Battlefield 1 I consider a very good game. I don't know the actual sales now, but it's the third place. So let's go back the previous year to Black Ops 3. So we have the highest one for the Xbox One Black Ops 3, 780,000 pre-orders, PS4 627,000. By far 1 and 2. They double the third place Fallout 4, which is 315. The second place, which is the PS4 version of Black Ops 3, doubles Fallout 4, and that's in third. So that's huge sales. This is also a week before the game came out. So the pre-sales, obviously, for the Infinite Warfare that I showed before will go up a little bit because that was from the midway through October when the game actually doesn't come out for November something. I don't actually know the exact. I think it's this 4th or something like that. And then down, all you can see the Xbox 360 sales are at 69,000. But together they have well over 1 million sales just for Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was received. It was the best-selling game of the year for 2015, as Call of Duty usually is. But this year, that might be different, surprisingly. And then the next thing we're going to show is the year before that, Advanced Warfare. We have the Xbox One, 405, I'll just say 500,000. Advanced Warfare, the 360, which is even above PS4, which is 300,000. Then the PS4, which is 300,000. And then the PS3, which is 140,000. So all that together is I would say 1.2 million or so. So it's way above that. The Halo Master Chief Collection, which was a huge fucking failure to me, was third place. Actually tied for second because I don't know how. All the Call of Duties you can't they're all tied for first because they're the same game basically. But yeah, so that was pretty high. And then we're gonna go back one more year to Call of Duty Ghost, and even these games weren't received very well either, but they're still getting over 1 million sales. This has 957,000, and then the PS3 version has 500,000. So that's 1.4 right there. And then Ghost, the next one, the Xbox One is 400,000 sales, and then the top 4 games on this image right here are all Call of Duties, and then it's Battlefield 4, which has 340,000 sales, which actually has more than Battlefield 1 had. So I guess people are just pre-ordering less games overall. I don't know. These sales, the top 2 are but the top one, for the last few images that I showed have all been 1 million sales. But then the new one, the Pokemon Sun and Moon, only has I think 300,000. So I don't know what's happening to gaming in general, but Jesus Lord. And then the next one, which is Black Ops 2, was actually overtaken by Halo 4 with 1.8 million sales. That's it. That's a huge following from Halo. Good job for them. But then the next 2 are both Call of Duty, and they both have 1.8 million and 1 million. That's 2.8 million together, or something like that. And then the next one is going to be MW3, which is 2.5 million for the Xbox 360 version of Modern Warfare 3. And then the next one's 1.2 million. It's just crazy. And that was above Skyrim. And then Skyrim almost had 1 million by itself there, too. And the next one, this is probably the last one I'm going to show, which is Black Ops 1, which was 2 million sales. And then, is this the highest one? Let me see the highest. No, 2.5 from MW3, I think, is the highest for, any game, I guess, for the most pre-orders in COD history, I guess you could say, which is kind of surprising, I think. But, just said that MW3 sold it was pre-ordered 2.5 million times, and then this year going into the release, 172,000 times. That is just like you can see a steep decline. And I'll put up on a graph right now showing the pre-order sale. These are only pre-orders, obviously. Not everyone has a pre-order, but they also are a very good showing of what the actual game is going to sell like. And this is like the first time COD is actually not in the lead for most game going into like the week of the release or so. I mean, I wish there was a more updated version of this because Infinite Warfare might have jumped over like Final Fantasy. I'm not really sure because people sometimes wait to the last minute. Like all the rest of the images I showed were like literally in November. It was like November 2nd. Like, and usually the COD like is like the 4th or the 6th or the 7th or something like that. This one's on October 15th, which I couldn't do anything about. This was the most recent chart I could find, but still. Under 200,000, sub 200,000 sales. Like even if it's like a great, even if like doubles, that's only going to be 400K sales. And then just like last year was like I said for Black Ops 3 it was 780,000. So like literally. The facts are just there that COD is like really going downhill because people are just actually like finally like the giant can actually be toppled where people are just like they can't just give us the shit COD anymore of like jetpackers because people actually don't want that anymore. Here's what my synopsis is that next year apparently I hear that I believe it's Sledgehammer. It might be Sledgehammer. I could be wrong because I think like Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and Raven or whatever. No, I thought Raven and Sledgehammer worked together. I don't know. I know how the next game is going to be either. It was originally going to be a Vietnam, but then people were very like obviously like with all like the social injustice happening in the world and like just like inequality and injustice and all that. People thought it would be like wrong to just like kill Vietnamese people and bring it back to that. So they said they were going to make a world Cold War, which is more like a Black Ops 1 because I'm pretty sure the Black Ops 1 was like the Bay of Pigs and all that stuff. Like I remember the mission where you had to like kill Castro, and that was all like kind of like Cuban Missile Crisis, which was like kind of right around like this like I think like somewhere in the 70s. So that's all like kind of fitting back into Black Ops 1. I thought Black Ops 1 was a great game. Campaign was glorious. Was that the one with the numbers in Mason? Or was that Black Ops 2? I think that was Black Ops 2. Fuck, I don't know. I think it was Black Ops 2. But, yeah, the sales are just like, but, I mean, I think this year might be the first year that COD is actually not the highest selling game of the year. And, like, literally the past, like, 10 years have all been that, except for maybe the Halo 4 year, where the pre-sales were fucking, like, 2 million. It was disgusting. But it's just literally, like, it's gone down so much, and people are actually, like, people always say, like, oh, you can't really make a change, like, you can't, like, make them make a change, because they know, they can just pump out a shit, like, a game that people don't ask for, and it's just gonna keep selling the most, which it might do this year still, but, I mean, with the sales, it's in third place, above Battlefield 1, but it's behind Pokemon and Final Fantasy. It might not be the most selling game, and that might be an eye-opener to the people that make COD, like, holy shit, we actually need to, if we're gonna revitalize this series, we need to actually listen to the fucking people. And the one thing that I kind of like, I think it's kind of fucked up is that people like I remember when people were like, oh, it's just a copy and paste. Black Ops 2, I'm pretty sure, was everyone was like, oh, it's just a copy and paste every year, like because everyone liked Black Ops 2 after it was over, but when it was out, like I remember when it was going into that, people didn't like it. Like I have another thing I'll show on the screen right here, where the Infinite Warfare, I think that's like one of the producers said, he also claimed the Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which also received multiple dislikes, would go on to become the best-selling Call of Duty game of all time. So people going into the thing didn't like it actually, but then it was still the most selling game, which is kind of like Infinite Warfare, but I don't know if it's as bad as Infinite Warfare. But that was when like the peak of COD, like peak of COD apparently was MW3, but actually, well, I guess MW3 the most pre-orders, but then Black Ops 2 had the most sales ever out of like any game? Just best selling Call of Duty of all time. But I don't know. So I'm saying that next year they're gonna go back to boots on the ground, either like Vietnam, Cold War, or World War II. I don't know if Treyarch's making it, then they can actually do World War II, because then like they had like the rights to make a World War II, because that was originally a Treyarch game, and that game is gonna go back up to like 1 million pre-orders a week, like a few days before, and sell like a fucking cock on a stick. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your comments, because this whole video, like, it's probably pretty long, honestly. What is it, like, a few minutes? 9 minutes. So I was thinking about, like, 10 minutes this video is probably going to be. So this is for, like, Call of Duty people. Like, if you want to know, like, I guess, like, the actual, like, financial side and the sales side, like, I gave some actual facts, and, like, so I'm gonna make a graph on Excel and actually put it in the video. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, comment, because you don't even have to, like or subscribe. Well, you can like and subscribe, but comment, like, what's your opinion on the future of Call of Duty? Because eventually, like, I usually make a video every year, too, where it's, like, the COD killer. And like, is Black Ops 3, is Destiny going to be the COD killer? And they never been. Every single game, every single year, COD's the most selling game. This actually might be the first year in a long time that it's not the first selling. That, like, in the last few years at least, I would say that it's not going to be the highest selling game. It really has a high chance of it. I'm not really sure if it's going to. It might not. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, just have a good day. Goodbye.